You guys know Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively, right? The ultimate Hollywood power couple, always looking perfect, posting those cheeky tweets. For years, they've been worshipped as this charming, funny, family-oriented duo. But lately, people are pulling back the curtain, and what they're seeing is way more calculated and, honestly, pretty messed up. It all blew up in July 2024 when the commentary track for Deadpool and Wolverine dropped. Fans were expecting action and jokes, but what they got was a bombshell. Ryan Reynolds casually admitted that his 7-year-old daughter, Inez, voiced the character Kidpool. And get this, the line she delivered was a vulgar, sexually explicit joke aimed at Wolverine. It's catastrophically gross. Now, Ryan tried to play it off, even sarcastically calling himself Father of the Year for allowing her to say such language. But here's the kicker. His daughter initially refused to say it. She didn't want to. Instead of respecting that boundary, Ryan and director Shawn Levy reportedly told her they'd cast someone else. Suddenly, Inez changed her mind. That alone is a huge red flag, right? But it gets worse. Shawn Levy then admitted, laughing, that they made her repeat different versions of this line anywhere from 70 to 500 times. Think about that for a second. 500 times, while the number might have been exaggerated for comedic effect, it still speaks volumes about normalizing pressuring a child into material that is undeniably inappropriate for her age. People are legitimately fuming, calling him a certified predator, and questioning how this couple has been adored for years while doing such questionable things behind the scenes. What makes this even more shocking is that this information didn't come from a leak or a paparazzi report. It came directly from Ryan and Shawn themselves, on an official commentary track. They spoke about it as if it was completely normal, even commendable, and that casual admission became a turning point for many fans and critics. Across social media platforms, reactions have ranged from disbelief to outright outrage. Content creators are highlighting the exact moments from the commentary where Ryan disclosed his daughter's involvement, and comment sections are flooded with users asking how Disney, the parent company of Marvel Studios, allowed this to happen without any safeguards for the child. This isn't just about a movie line, though. This controversy has also intertwined with a much larger legal battle. In August 2024, actor-director Justin Baldoni filed a $400 million defamation lawsuit against Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively. Baldoni alleges a coordinated smear campaign against him, and central to his suit is the character Kidpool, a man-bun-wearing, overly polite superhero who is mocked in the film. Baldoni's legal team claims this character is a thinly veiled jab at him, especially since Kidpool bears a strong resemblance to Baldoni, even sporting the same hairstyle he had grown out for a cancer donation. Ryan Reynolds hasn't outright denied the inspiration. In fact, in a legal motion filed in December 2024, he acknowledged the similarities but tried to defend the portrayal as satire. His legal team argued that the character was a comedic construct and that any offense taken fell under protected speech. Reynolds even moved to dismiss the defamation suit, labeling Baldoni's complaints as thin-skinned outrage. For critics, this revealed an alarming unwillingness to take accountability, even when serious claims are on the table. It's the classic bully move. If you can't take their joke, their mean dig, their horrible bullying, well then, you're just thin-skinned. Blake Lively's involvement in this whole legal mess has been less vocal, but it's no less significant. She's named in the lawsuit as a participant in this alleged campaign to isolate and discredit Baldoni. And get this, her attendance at 7 Taylor Swift concerts in 2023, including one during a production delay she blamed on illness, became a major sticking point. Critics immediately raised eyebrows. If she was too sick to work, how was she fit enough to travel, attend a loud, crowded concert, and pose for photos with her children? The media, for the most part, actually played along, praising them for being hands-on parents and for shielding their kids from the spotlight. But then they'd publish blurry photos of their children at these very events. It's a total contradiction. Blake and Ryan often demand privacy for their family, even asking media outlets to blur their kids' faces. Yet, at Taylor's concert, Blake was reportedly pointing to her daughter when Taylor Swift dropped her mid-song, subtly nudging the spotlight her way. This kind of two-faced approach hasn't gone unnoticed, even among their peers. Taylor Swift, who was once publicly close with the couple, has now shifted her support elsewhere. She's been posting about Selena Gomez's projects and celebrating Zoe Kravitz, but never once publicly backing It Ends With Us. That silence is loud, right? Ultimately, the issue isn't just that Blake and Ryan are rich and famous and can take days off when they want. It's that they continuously choose to hide behind their children when questioned. They use their family image to silence criticism, manipulate work obligations, and twist narratives in their favor, while dozens of other people in their professional orbit pay the price for it. This pattern of manipulation extends to other areas too. Multiple insiders claim Ryan used his own children as tools to adjust filming schedules. For example, during the early stages of production for It Ends With Us, it's reported that Ryan pressured Justin Baldoni to shift the entire filming schedule under the guise of needing more time with his kids. At first glance, it sounds like a devoted dad asking for flexibility. But when you consider the power imbalance in timing, the situation looks far less innocent. According to people close to the production, Reynolds sent Baldoni a delayed response after being contacted about their work together. When he finally replied, he framed his reasoning around his children's health and the importance of family, writing about how his kids were sick, often joking about them having the beta version of the immune system. But beneath that tone was a strategic move. It planted an excuse early on, one that could be pulled out whenever needed. And sure enough, throughout the process, Blake Lively reportedly used the same "kids are sick" narrative to delay shoots and call out of work. The bigger issue here isn't just about missing a day or two of work. When someone in a position of massive privilege and influence like Ryan Reynolds disrupts a production, it creates a domino effect. Crew members, many of whom work hourly behind the scenes without the luxury of flexible schedules, are left scrambling. Makeup artists, costume designers, location managers, even security and catering all were impacted because one actor decided their personal plans came first. Not everyone on set can afford to take unexpected days off. Not everyone gets a jet waiting outside or childcare on demand. This behavior shows a complete disregard for the people who don't have the same safety nets. This situation is particularly problematic for Disney, which acquired 21st Century Fox in March 2019 for $71 billion, making them the parent company of the Deadpool franchise. Disney has since built a carefully managed brand image with Disney Plus, emphasizing family-friendly content and extensive parental controls. However, Deadpool and Wolverine was promoted across Disney's channels without any disclaimers regarding the use of child voice actors for mature content, offering no warnings, opt-outs, or transparency. Legal teams connected to the Baldoni lawsuit are now preparing to examine production logs, casting decisions, and internal communications. Justin Baldoni's attorney, Brian Fredman, stated in March 2025 that they plan to investigate Disney's involvement in what he called a coordinated campaign against Baldoni. This marks the first time since the 2022 Johnny Depp-Amber Heard fallout that Disney has been publicly linked to a major celebrity misconduct case where the issue isn't just optics, but corporate responsibility. Disney has a history of protecting A-list talent while minimizing controversy, often maintaining studio silence, as seen with Weinstein or Dan Schneider. In this instance, despite public knowledge of Inez's involvement, Disney and Marvel Studios have remained silent. No executive has addressed the public outcry or issued internal review statements. Former Disney casting coordinator Sarah Hawthorne revealed that child participation in productions is rarely questioned if the parent is a lead actor or producer, noting that oversight often lessens for family-led casting, especially for megastars like Ryan Reynolds, who generate hundreds of millions for the company. However, this controversy goes beyond one corporation. The way Reynolds and Lively have used their children as narrative shields, both in media interviews and online, has raised broader ethical questions about parental celebrity. Since 2016, the couple has publicly advocated for their children's privacy, requesting media outlets not to publish their faces. Yet, they frequently walk red carpets with their kids and publicly comment on their parenting, making their children part of their public brand. This contradiction is glaring. This also highlights a deeper cultural concern. When celebrities exploit their families for PR and then use their parental status to avoid criticism, it sets a dangerous precedent. This behavior becomes normalized, suggesting that boundaries are optional for the wealthy and that accountability can be avoided. Sociologist Dr. Darina Wilcox noted in a December 2024 editorial for Hollywood Ethics Journal that fan bases now influence celebrity standards more than traditional media. Platforms like TikTok, Reddit, and YouTube have transformed passive viewers into investigative watchdogs. In this case, it was content creators, not major news outlets, who pieced together the timeline, exposed inconsistencies, and brought the story into public awareness. Public response has been swift and deeply polarized. While some fans of Reynolds and Lively continue to defend them, the wider internet conversation has shifted. Threads on pop culture forums and Reddit have garnered thousands of comments, dissecting interview clips, mocking Reynolds' tone, and expressing concern for the emotional well-being of the couple's children. Hashtags like #ProtectKidActors and #Reynolds Responsibility began trending on X in late February 2025. There's also been a noticeable shift in how other celebrities are reacting. Taylor Swift, who previously supported Lively and referenced her children in lyrics, has notably distanced herself in recent months. Her last public interaction with them was in August 2020. Since then, she has posted support for Selena Gomez's new music and shared behind-the-scenes photos with Zoe Kravitz, remaining silent on anything related to Lively Reynolds. Industry insiders are now questioning the long-term career impacts for Reynolds and Lively. Analysts at CAA and WME, both agencies with talent connected to Deadpool, have reportedly advised clients to avoid public alignment until the legal issues are resolved. Multiple sources told Deadline in early March that 2 major brand partnerships are on hold, pending discovery outcomes. Blake Lively's directorial debut under Searchlight Pictures, a Disney subsidiary, is now in question. Internally, executives are concerned that press appearances and Q&A panels could become litigation hazards. Ryan Reynolds has not announced any new leading roles, and his social media, once dominated by branded content, has almost entirely shifted to generic posts and reposts. The ripple effects are already evident. Streaming platforms that previously sought exclusives with Reynolds have gone quiet. Upcoming releases involving either star are seeing tighter PR controls, reduced early press access, and carefully vetted interviews. Tweeted in Stay Today, behind the scenes, attorneys are preparing for depositions that may extend into late 2025,